Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. You know how this works. You bring us the interesting stuff, and we unpack it together.
Always exciting to see what we get to dig into.
So today we're diving into a question I think we've all asked ourselves at some point. What's my essential vocation? Like not just a job, but that thing, that purpose we're meant to
The
do.
big, what am I supposed to be when I grow up question, right? Even when
And
we are grown up.
exactly. And get this, our source material is from, well, it's a transcript from a Spanish language motivational talk show called Reflexiones para Vivir Mejor.
Okay, a bite. What do we got?
Trust me, it's fascinating stuff. So, Reflexiones para Vivir Mejor translates to, you guessed it, Reflections for a Better Life. And we'll be hanging out with the show's host, who we'll just call the speaker.
Makes sense. So what's the speaker's take on finding our essential vocation?
Well, they're all about this idea that each of us has this unique calling, this purpose woven into who we are. Less about your job title and more about what makes you tick, what you're naturally drawn to, those things you just kind of lose yourself in.
I like that. Tapping into your full potential. Finding that wellspring of energy and fulfillment that comes from aligning with your true self.
Yes. And to illustrate this whole idea, the speaker tells this hilarious story, a fable really, about a dog, this pampered pooch living the good life in Mexico City. He's got it made. But then this dog gets it into his head. He wants to be human.
Oh no, that sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Right. So picture this. He's trying to walk on two legs, resisting the urge to chase his tail. But he's still, well, a dog, wagging his tail at a kind word, chasing squirrels in the park, howling at the moon. It's hilarious and, a little bit sad. You almost want to tell him, dude, you're perfect as you are.
It's the classic fable setup, right? Highlighting how pointless it is to try and be something you're not. That dog can try all he wants, but true fulfillment comes from embracing his dogness. And that's the heart of essential vocation, being true to who you are at your core.
Exactly. And speaking of fables, the speaker tells another one about an oak tree feeling a bit down on itself. It sees the apple tree with its juicy fruit, the rose bush with its beautiful blooms, and thinks, what's wrong with me? Why am I stuck with these acorns and plain leaves? You ever feel that way?
Oh, all the time. It's so easy to fall into that trap of comparison. We see someone we admire, a brilliant artist, a successful entrepreneur, whatever it may be, and we focus on what we're not instead of appreciating our own unique strengths.
And that's where the wise old owl comes in, right? At least in the fable.
There's always a wise old owl, isn't there? I'm
Oh.
curious, what wisdom does this owl impart?
So let's get practical. How do we actually figure out what our own essential vocation is?
Good question. The speaker lays out these 3 telltale signs to look for, sort of like a treasure map leading you to your true self.
Okay, sign number 1, passion. This is something you do even if you weren't getting paid. You might even pay to do it. That thing that just lights you up from the inside out.
Yep. Think about those activities where you lose track of time, you get so engrossed that the rest of the world fades away.
That resonates with me. What about sign number 2? Effortless ability. This doesn't mean you're instantly an expert, but it comes naturally to you. You haven't had to force it. You just kind of have a knack for it.
It ties back to that oak tree fable. We often discount our natural talents because they seem so easy to us. We think, if it's this effortless, surely everyone can do it. But that's not true. Your unique blend of skills is what makes you special.
Okay, sign number 3. People seek you out. This is the sign that others recognize your talent and are drawn to you for it. They ask for your advice. They want to collaborate with you. They see you as a go-to person.
It's a powerful indicator because it shows that your passion and ability are having a tangible impact on others. You're not just good at something, you're making a difference. Now I'm curious, thinking about something you're passionate about, do any of these signs resonate with you?
I love how the speaker emphasizes that we shouldn't try to be someone we're not. They use this really funny example of someone wanting to Frankenstein themselves together, taking the mouth of one artist, the forehead of a celebrity, the hair of a model.
It's a recipe for disaster, right?
Right.
And yet we often fall into that trap of comparing ourselves to others,
Yeah.
trying to cobble together an identity based on external validation.
It's like that old saying, comparison is the thief of joy.
Exactly. The more we focus on what we lack or how we measure up to others, the further we drift from our authentic selves. The speaker's urging us to break free from that cycle and embrace our individuality.
And this is where the true power of embracing your essential vocation comes in. The speaker talks about the freedom and fulfillment that come with being true to yourself.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it speaks to your own quest for knowledge and self-improvement. Just like you're drawn to this deep dive to learn and grow, Tapping into your essential vocation is about aligning with your deepest values and desires. It's about living a life that feels meaningful and authentic to you. This raises an important question. What would it look like to fully step into your essential vocation? What might you need to let go of to embrace it fully? What fears or limiting beliefs might be holding you back?
That's something to really ponder. We've covered so much ground already, from those delightful fables to the 3 signs of discovering your essential vocation. It really drives home the point that we each have this, well, this essential vocation inside us, and it's just waiting for us to discover it and embrace it.
And it's not about, like you said, finding the perfect job or anything like that. It really is about something much deeper.
It's about aligning with your true nature
Right.
and crafting a life that feels truly fulfilling.
Yes, exactly. And, just like the speaker tells us, you are who you are and you should be proud, it's about letting go of those comparisons that hold us back because they really do.
They really do. So instead, we should be embracing our strengths.
Right. Yeah, and stepping into that unique expression of ourselves that only we can offer. I mean, no one else can offer the world your unique gifts and talents.
So true. So as you're going about your day, I challenge you to play with this concept of essential vocation. Pay attention to those 3 signs we talked about.
The passion, the effortless ability, and people seeking you out.
Exactly. See how they might be showing up in your own life.
Yeah.
Think about it like a treasure hunt, but it's within yourself.
It really is. And you might be surprised by what you find. What brings you joy, what skills come easily to you, and what do people consistently ask for your help with? Those are the clues pointing you toward your unique path.
And, self-discovery, it's not a destination, is it? It's a journey.
It really is an ongoing journey, yeah. It's a continuous process of exploring and learning and growing.
So be kind to yourself along the way, and don't be afraid to lean into your essential vocation.
I think you'll be amazed at how much purpose and fulfillment you find.
It's such a powerful message. A huge thank you to you for bringing us this material. It's been a fascinating deep dive. And to you, listener, keep seeking and keep exploring. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.